All right, hey, Josh here, Attica Lumber Company, and in this video I want to tell you how we added on to this existing agricultural building. As you can see right here, we built this probably about 12-15 years ago, and then what we did, we put a wing on this 48 by 54. So you can see what we did, we put the same steel. See how we matched that steel right there on the eave there. So we definitely can obviously get that same steel, and look, from a color fade, actually it's holding up pretty well. Hopefully you can see that in this video. I'll get a little closer on this. But you can see it's going to be open. No overhead doors and no sliders on this. And again, he put perma columns right there out front. Again, for the strength of the building right there, put perma columns right there. Perma columns with 3-ply laminated columns right there, bolted in there. And for this building, obviously spanned at 48, you definitely want to have that versus a 6x6. Again, it's a stronger piece of wood, more truer. And the reason why, because if you have a 6x6 treated piece of lumber, for example, you're going to have knots in that lumber. All lumber has knots. Okay, yellow pine, it's just treated application. Same thing here. You can see the yellow pine. Let me go up and show you this. But where there's a knot on that 6x6 post, there's where the structural failure could happen. And that's when you have some problems. And also you have some problems with twisting. But when you have a 3-ply laminated column, you have pressure points, you have different strength levels and so forth. And let me show you over here. That way you kind of get a little better idea these pressure points on a 3-ply laminated column, and why you may want to consider that versus a 6x6 or 4x6. But again, it all depends on your budget. It depends on the size of the building that you're going to be doing. But you can see right here, pressure point right there. You see that when there's different pressure points, it allows the building obviously to maintain its form, different structure or different strength. So it's glued, laminated, and put together versus a solid post, i.e. a 4x6 or 6x6. And then I also want to talk about, we haven't talked about this. By the way, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're always putting out content, and then we'll get a little bit better. We'll have a videographer, and this content will be a little bit sharper. But for the most part, these are just homemade videos. We're keeping it simple, not trying to get too cute, too fancy here. But check out that 2x6 corner bracing, 45-degree diagonal bracing. And the reason why we do that, again, keep the building from racking, keep the strength of the building. Not all builders will do that. They want to cut some corners, and they don't want to put the 2x6 in, the diagonal bracing. So that's really important. And also on top of this, if you look at the interior, the metal, what that is strip stop metal. That acts as a vapor barrier. And if you can't imagine it like a sponge. A sponge versus the traditional vapor barrier. But what it does, it takes on the moisture, and obviously it keeps the building from sweating in different seasons of the year. So a couple different ideas there for you. And the trusses on this, then these trusses are up there, 2x6 MSR lumber. You can see a 2x6 bottom cord and also a 2x6 top cord. Again, 1650 MSR lumber. What MSR lumber is machine stress rated, which means it's a higher, it's been stress tested versus, let's just say a punky southern yellow pine piece of lumber. But it's been stress tested, obviously, to do its job and so forth. So you can see that's what we did. So, and then let me just show you the side of this, and then we'll wrap this up. But again, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and then definitely subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of you guys have been looking at the metrics. A lot of you guys aren't subscribed. You watch the videos, but you don't subscribe. So anyway, there you go. You can see how we match that up from a color standpoint. So more information, atticalumber.com. Attica Lumber since 1925.